So what I do when I start a new book or a new paper or a new whatever, I just start throwing stuff on the page. So I've got an idea, so my latest book that I'm working on at the moment is about human impacts on all of nature, not just the ocean, not jellyfish, all of nature, and it's the problems and solutions. So I think I started with, where did I start? I think I started with deforestation, because to me that's very terrestrial. You can't get much more terrestrial than, plants, right, trees. So I started there, and I just started writing something like, deforestation, goes way back since before people were keeping track of stuff, parentheses, Europe, something like that. And then I Googled something, and I found a review paper, and I plunked in the reference, and of course, saved a copy, for reading and referring back to and marking up and whatever, and, put in the reference, and then as I was reading it, I made a couple notes, and then from there, I looked, in the references, I found something else, and so I looked that up, and then I plunked the reference in, and then I made some more notes, and then I Googled something else. I was curious about, I don't know, spruce trees or something, and I think somewhere along the way I was curious about some trees that clone themselves, and so I put in a thing about cloning, and and then from there I went into, I don't know, anyway, it just kind of, it starts kind of going like that, and it becomes this thing, and then you can start seeing some structure to it. I go, okay, well, these things, dying trees and cutting down trees, that kind of goes together, whereas living trees and beautiful trees, that kind of goes together down there, or maybe that goes up there, and you just start kind of taking form. And then I went, oh, okay, I totally want to talk about plastic pollution. So, okay, new chapter, talk about plastic pollution, throw some references in, throw some notes, throw a quote that I want to use, throw that in there. And so there's no, it's not a chapter yet, but it's just kind of, it takes form when you start throwing things in like that. And then when you got them all there, then you can start going, okay, well, that actually goes with that. Ooh, and I like where that goes. I want to tell a story about that. And you start writing, and you start fleshing things out, and you put in references. So that's how I write. I don't write start to finish. That would be really hard. I just write where my head goes, and somehow, or maybe my heart in some cases, and somehow you kind of, you come back to it, and you massage it, and then you connect that with that, and then you flesh that out a bit more, and then you get curious about that, and so you add in that, and you just kind of, it's a bit kind of hypertext, it's all kind of everywhere. And I don't know, that really works for me. I wrote both of those books that way, and the current book I'm working on, I've written that way. And for me, that really works. I've had co-authors who think it's a disaster, like they can't follow. They're like, if you ever want to get profanity out of your co-authors, yeah, give them something that's totally psycho like that. You'll learn words you didn't know existed, trust me. At least from my co-authors, you will.